Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, All Things Empowerment. I'm your host Shaneria. Today I am touching bases on the Shanquella Robinson case. Yup, you heard me right. I am touching base on the Shanquella Robinson case. Now, if you do not know by this time who Shanquella Robinson is, please check out a couple of my videos where I explain. But basically, I'm going to explain real quick. Shanquella Robinson is a 25-year-old woman from North Carolina that went to Mexico with 6 other people, and she did not come back with them. She passed away in Mexico, and now her family is trying to fight to get her justice because it was clearly that she was beaten by so-called frenemies. They took her over there. They supposed to be having a good time. And that morning, they woke her up out of her sleep. And one of the girls brutally attacked Shanquella. Shanquella was not fighting back. And she had no clothes on. She was brutally beaten. Then later on that day, they wound up calling like the doctor to come over to the house that day, the Airbnb they were staying at. And later on, Shanquella was reported passed away. And the autopsy and the police report does not add up. So confusion there. The friends called the mother and said that Shanquella had alcohol poisoning. But the autopsy did not detect alcohol poisoning. They detected her spine and neck injuries or whatever that was the cause of death. And stated that Shanquella passed away 15 minutes after her injury. Sad, you guys. But what's even sadder is that all of the 6 are still floating around here in the United States. Yup, you right. Mexico allowed them to come back to the United States and float around here. Some of them are still working, like the girl named Alysse, and some of them are hiding out, and some of them are trying to basically prove that they are innocent. But the sad part is one of the people that so-called called their self, like really her friend, was there recording the video on Instagram telling her to fight back. He is now have not been seen by the family, even though that these group of people came back from Mexico, went to Shanquella's family house with her luggage, dropping it off, but also staying, eating, and talking to the family. When later on, the dad found out that the autopsy said that she was attacked over there, that basically her spine and neck had injuries. He reached out to the mother while the group was still over there. The group denied the whole thing, y'all. Leaving the house, best friend comes back or whatever several times, however that happened. But when the best friend found out that the family basically found out the truth, she was attacked, something happened, he no longer started coming over to the family house, you guys. And he was spotted at Shanquella's funeral, sitting in his car, you guys. Awful. But you guys, I want you to look at this video before I address this situation. So look at this video real quick of one of the 6 at work, getting off work. The news reporters were out there waiting for her. Listen to this.
Tonight, only on WBTV News at 11, we take a journey trying to uncover why this Charlotte 25-year-old woman was found dead in Mexico. And that journey led us to High Point. WBTV's Brandon Hamilton has been breaking developments in this case since last month. He tracked down one of the people reportedly with her on that trip to Cabo. Brandon, did you talk with them? What did you find out?
Sources tipped me off to where one of those friends on their trip with Shanquella could be, Molly. And yes, we spoke quickly, but our goal was simply to ask what happened to Shanquella Robinson.
From Charlotte to High Point, North Carolina.
We're headed to High Point to find one of the friends of Shanquella Robinson. We received a tip on an address, so we'll see if she is willing to talk.
The goal of this trip was to ask the one question that is being asked around the country, as the death of this Charlotte 25-year-old has raised eyebrows nationwide. What we wanted to ask happened to Shanquella Robinson. WBTV photojournalist Noah Shun and I arrived in High Point around 4:30 on Monday afternoon to find one of the friends who was reportedly inside the hotel room with Shanquella in late October when this viral video was taken. A source said the reported friend would be leaving work around 5 p.m. I was also given a name which we're not repeating because no person around Shanquella has yet to be charged in the United States. We haven't talked to any of the friends. Their numbers have been either disconnected, no one's answering at their home addresses. So we just simply want to know again what happened to Shanquella. Right at 5 o'clock. A woman fitting her description walked out of a business. I then approached her, and again, we're blurring her face because no charges have been filed. This is how our conversation went.
Hi, Hi, I'm work for WBTV. We're just trying to figure out what happened to Shanquella. Any comment?
She closed her car door and then drove off without answering anything.
And Molly, our entire conversation was no more than 10 seconds. Also today, the FBI told me its investigation continues. Now, this is separate from an investigation by Mexican authorities. The prosecutor there in Mexico has issued an arrest warrant for an unnamed friend on that trip. Molly.
So you guys, after seeing that video, it just do something to me because these people are able to go back to work, their normal lives like nothing never happened, with no remorse, no emotion, and no apologies. Like, even if you did not have anything to do with it, at least you could have said, well, I don't want to talk about this conversation, but I do want to say I apologize for what happened over there. It should have not went down like that, whatever. But she didn't. She jumped in her car. Now, Alysse is one of the girls that was over there that they are saying was, they detected that she was one of the ones that was filming the attack. But there's no clarification as of now that this was true. But they said the girl named Alysse, probably like the day before, a couple of hours before, had lost her sister. Her sister was brutally killed by her ex-boyfriend. So Alysse was still over there in Mexico after the situation with her sister and witnessing this attack on Shanquella Robinson. And they are saying that she was one of the people that were in the room recording. Now, there's no proof of who supposedly heard it, that wasn't in the room, that supposedly came in to stop the incident from happening. But there are rumors going around that somebody, that it could have been Alysse or Winter, that was trying to stop the situation. There is no telling, because it could have been Winter in the room recording, that witnesses say that they seen a female also recording too by the nails or whatever. And there was somebody on live with them. So basically, the whole moral of this story is they are walking around here like nothing never happened. So awful and traumatic for the family. And I don't understand why she was still working and figured that nobody was going to recognize her and give out tips that she is still working and the place that she working at, if people were willing to give out addresses of these people. But Alysse, as we see in the video, she is clearly living her life like it's normal. Now, I don't know if she needed money or she's struggling right now, but she is clearly out working, as well as I feel like the other group is. But I kind of feel like the girl named Alysse is working because she is not really being mentioned like everybody else was. But I do know that she plays a major part in this, and she have no remorse. And quite frankly, she was more friends with the other people than Shanquella. All of them were friends longer than Shanquella was friends with them. It's clear, as plain as day, because people are, you know, showing videos and people are pulling up documentation and pictures of these people already hanging together before Shanquella. And of course, Shanquella had long-term friends that was not on the trip. But basically, this story is sad, you guys. Like, FBI and Mexico authorities are not moving fast enough for us, for the people. We want answers, and we want to know why that is clearly supposed to be a warrant for someone's arrest that is clearly, they're not saying the person's name, but it's supposedly supposed to be a warrant for that person's arrest, but that person is not yet into custody. Now, I think it was last week or a week and a half ago, it was stated that yes, it was a warrant for somebody's arrest, and yes, that person have been taken in, but as stuff start opening up, that is not true. Like, the person have not been arrested. It is a warrant supposedly, quote unquote, but the person is not even arrested yet. What I'm gathering. And you guys, yes, I will keep looking on this story. Of course, like, I have not been uploading about the Shanquella Robinson case like that, because I've been wanting to gather more evidence, because the faster you put out stuff, like, the faster it comes to back that is not exactly what happened or is not true. Like, the warrant and the arrest did not supposedly happen yet. The person has not been taken into custody, and now FBI is investigating over here. It's just so much to this story, and we just want clearly all of them to be arrested, interrogated, and something to happen. Like, we want it to move, and the more it starts, the more the days go by, it feels like it's starting to drift away and die off, as you know, popular as it was at first. But we need to keep speaking on it and keep addressing it, because we want answers. Now it's addressed to the whole public, mainly the whole world, even Mexico people, scaring people up to even go over there. And you see Alysse in a video that the news have tracked her down and went to her place of employment, and she is able to still keep a job, when clearly most jobs, when they get this type of situation happen, they terminate and let people go, because they don't want bad publicity at their place of you know, employment. They don't want that type of traffic. But clearly her job know her pretty well to allow her to still work, and she's working like she wasn't over there or something. Like, she might have left before. But if you had nothing to do with it, and you was one of the people that was trying to break it up or whatever, why are you hiding? Why are you not speaking? Why are you not going to authorities and speaking out? Like, I don't get, what are you hiding other than these people are your friends? Because at the end of the day, if you was on the spotlight, you was clearly on the spotlight as the person that attacked her and whatever. I feel like the person that's on the spotlight right now would not give that type of energy to you, or would she? So what are y'all covering up? Because clearly Mexico is covering up basically her time of death and other events, trying to clear their name before they go up under with you guys. So what are y'all clearing up? In Mexico, why are y'all taking long? And y'all saying that y'all have a lot of other evidence that's not basically hitting social media. But if y'all have all these evidence or whatever, like, nothing's happening on y'all end. Y'all not addressing it, and we clearly are confused. So you guys, let's keep talking about Shanquella Robinson. Let's keep basically bringing it to light, because we want answers, and her family definitely need them, and they need to be addressed, because why not? Like, her family wanted to be addressed and wanting answers. Y'all study interviewing them and interviewing them and interviewing them, and you know, taking their like word and wanting to know, but y'all not even giving them justice. Like, eventually they're gonna get tired of being interviewed because they don't see any actions. Like, stop interviewing this family and move forward with the actions. Clearly, like, y'all giving clear examples to other people. Oh, we can go to Mexico and you know, commit this type of act and get away with it, because clearly they are, looks like it's like they're getting away with something that is not right, and it's not right to the public. It don't set right far as the law, and like, y'all moving too slow on this. Like, we not getting it. And basically, how can folks commit murder or commit some type of action in America, but they can't even get out America when it's done. Like, America hold them here. They investigate, they interrogate them, they collect evidence, and they prosecute these people. But clearly, you can go to Mexico, commit this same crime, and get out. Like, something ain't adding up right. Was the authorities in Mexico paid for this? Was the authorities in Mexico covering up because this is a well-known place that people travel to and they don't want to lose out on money? Like, what is the reason? Give us answers, Mexico. Give us answers, FBI. We want justice. So, you guys, my name is Shanera, and this is All Things Empowerment. Over here, we like to uplift, encourage, and motivate people. And the encouragement for today is take accountability for you and yourself. Stop worrying about the accountability of others and them taking their own actions and them, you know, addressing things that need to be addressed. And just worry about yourself. Take accountability in yourself. If you know something, say something. Stop hiding these things. Allowing people to basically get their own exception or, you know, make their own, like, judgment of you. Start addressing you first before anybody else, and then move forward, you guys. My name is Shanera. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, All Things Empowerment, and I hope you have a blessed day. Peace.